Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle, aka MakeupEsquire, and we are live today. How is everyone doing? I will be doing a Sephora try-on haul. And I just wanted to use some of the new things that I picked up recently during the VIB sale. Hey Cindy, how are you? Just give me one quick second, y'all. I always forget to take off my retainers, so I wanted to take them off before starting. Excuse my dogs. But I also wanted to give y'all an update if you're following my Cool Peel CO2 laser journey. I got my second one done on Friday, and I also did it in conjunction with PRP microneedling. So this is what we're looking like. This is how my chest looks, and what I'm surprised by this time around, if anybody's curious, is how fast it seems that I'm recovering. I didn't do it together with the PRP microneedling the first time around, and by this point, I was looking a lot worse. And by worse, I mean like I still looked pretty good, and I got up on here and did my makeup with y'all. It's supposed to be like a weekend type of laser because it's not that invasive, but I was pleasantly surprised with how my skin is recovering from that procedure. So we're looking pretty good, feeling pretty good, but I figured I'm going to probably skip the primer and foundation today for that reason. I just don't think I really need it. I kind of want to keep it lightweight. And also I don't have any new foundations from Sephora yet. I can totally do a foundation if anybody has any specific requests, but I just figured we can just move it right along, and I can use my Sarah Creel concealer all over the face instead, since this can be used all over the face as well. Hey Susan, hey Sun, hey Cindy, hey Kat, thanks everybody for joining. So if you voted in my stories, they're still up, by the way. I put up like some polls so that y'all can help me choose which products I should use today, since I just have so many different products. And by the way, I'm streaming on Instagram and on YouTube, so please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video if you haven't already. Please go ahead and share this live with anyone that you think might be interested in watching. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel. You could also shop through my links. They should be in the description box of my YouTube video. They're in my bio on Instagram. If you are shopping, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, so let's get started. Thank you so much, Cindy. She said skin is skinning. Good evening, Keisha, or good afternoon. For me here, it's 3:04 p.m. in sunny Southern California. It's a beautiful day today. So yeah, what else? I knew there was a bunch of stuff. Oh, I wanted to see if I could create a poll real quick, because I had put down in my stories asking y'all to choose between the YSL blushes and the Rare Beauty blushes. Y'all chose the YSL, but I had completely forgotten that I have the new Westman Atelier blush duo. And so I am excited to try her out. I was able to pick up the shades Fizz and Jam. So I wanted to see if y'all prefer for me to use this today over the YSL, because I have a feeling that if I had included that in as part of the options, y'all might have chosen that over the YSL, but I don't know. I'm not seeing an option to do a poll for some reason. I don't know. Kat, maybe you'll have to help me out, because I'm not figuring out how to do that. I'm streaming with my camera instead of my phone, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. What's your favorite? This Westman Atelier? Oh, are you talking about me? Hi, Louisa. How are you? The Westman Atelier. Okay, yeah, y'all can just start to vote by writing in, because I don't know how to figure out a poll right now for some reason, unfortunately, on YouTube. Polls are fun, though. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. Oh, me. Oh, I'm so flattered. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you all so much for being here. This is seriously like the highlight of my week. I just love hanging out with y'all. Anyway, I love this Westman Atelier Face Flex Concealer. I've raved about it so much. If you haven't heard me already, I did not need to pick up a third shade. I already had shades 4 and 5. They work great for me if you're shade twins with me. 5 I use all over the face. It's like a pretty solid match to my actual skin tone. It feels so weird to just go right in without using any primer, but you know what? I just realized that I haven't put on SPF yet. So let me just do a little bit of SPF. I did pick up a new SPF. Actually, I picked up 2 new SPFs from the Sephora sale. So I picked up the CL one. It's a primer and an SPF 30 in 1 mineral sunscreens, both of these. And then this one is the Ultraviolet Velvet Screen SPF 50 blurring mineral sunscreen. So why don't we do half and half just for science, just so y'all can see if you're interested in picking up either of these. And by the way, today is the 14th, so it is the last day to shop the, oh wait, no, today's the 13th. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think tomorrow is actually the last day to shop the Sephora VIB sale. So if any of y'all are getting in your last minute orders, I'd love to know what you're picking up. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia, for streaming me on Instagram and on Facebook as well. I mean, and on YouTube as well. I don't know why I just said Facebook. How y'all doing? How's everybody's weekend? So the instructions that I was given in the following days since the Cool Peel CO2 laser is just to really keep moisturized and hydrated. So this is the ultraviolet one. By the way, they have one that is geared toward like more like hydrating. If you're interested in the ultraviolet SPF, I think that I picked up the one that's more so for oily skin types, because I do have an oily skin type. Right now my skin just feels like super, like it just feels gritty, like sandpaper. So it just kind of feels weird to put makeup on it. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. I was saying yesterday, if you didn't catch my live that I did, I've been hopping on lives more often here on the weekends, y'all, because like Friday nights and Saturday nights in addition. I really keep the Sunday at 3 p.m. time. I'm very consistent about this time because I go to church every Sunday after this anyway, so it always works out. But Friday nights and Saturday nights are more like impromptu. But because I recently monetized on YouTube, I just kind of wanted to keep up the momentum, and because I just have so much fun going live and hanging out with y'all. So I did go live and did my eyelashes yesterday. And if you caught that, I did talk a little bit about some things that were trickling in that I picked up during the sale. And I was going somewhere with this thought, but now I'm blanking. My nails are so cute. Thank you so much. I did them live as well, partially, while we were pre-gaming Brittany's live. It was funny because like I went live before our friend Brittany Davis Artistry on here went live last night. She goes live on Saturday nights. I don't want to use like sunscreens that I use. I don't know. Do y'all use your sunscreens that you use on your face all over your chest too? For some reason, like it just depends for me. Like if it's a sunscreen that claims to have like a primer too, I just feel weird. Maybe it's just me in my head using it on my, and I've heard people say like prime your neck too, because like you're still putting makeup on it, right? But I don't know. I just tend to like sometimes use a different sunscreen on my neck than I'm using on my face. Let's see if I can not get this on my shirt, shall we? But yeah, thank you. I yesterday after I finished last night, and that live is up if you are interested in watching the replay, I showed how I do my own nails at home. It's regular nail polish, but it really does last me like 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so that's and by the way, on my neck and chest, I'm just using the SkinCeuticals SPF 50. I'm not going to be in the sun for, hey bestie, I'm not going to be in the sun for very long. I'm just going to church, which is right down the street. But because I'm extra sensitive right now, I'm not playing with the sun right now that I'm recovering from the laser. So, okay, so I picked up the shade 3 in the Sarah Creel Face Flex. During the Sephora sale. I will say I just noticed that it says it's made in Italy. We all know that Italians make really great makeup products. So that's shade 3. And then thank you so much, Kat. She just dropped my link in the description of the YouTube video to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I'm like so incredibly close to hitting 1K followers on Instagram. I want to hit it so badly. It's so hard to grow on Instagram. It's hard to grow on YouTube too, for sure, but for some reason it's harder to grow on Instagram. And then this is the shade 5, which is, it matches the rest of my skin tone. Thank you so much, Brittany. Yes, please go ahead and like and subscribe and let me know if you're new to our community on Instagram or on why do I keep saying Facebook, or on YouTube. We have such a positive community here, and my iPad is right in the way of my brushes. So y'all on Instagram are on my iPad. Let me just move you slightly to the right here so I can peek my brushes. But did anyone pick up the new Bobo release brush? I posted it in my stories. Very excited about that. It looks great. Hey, Shannon, how are you? So I'm just going to be using my Koyudo brush. This should still be available on the Fude Bobo website. You can get her through the link in my bio. And I appreciate y'all using my affiliate links. It really helps my channel. At no additional cost to you. Thank you so much. I have the link to the Fude Bobo website pinned on YouTube if you're watching. Let me raise the brightness right here. Sorry, y'all. Oh, since I'm streaming on my camera, it doesn't disrupt the feed. So this is a really nice brush for concealer. I've really been enjoying it. It's just perfect to get like right in the smaller areas. Yes, it is beautiful, but she is pricey. Totally understand. So this Face Flex is giving us pretty good coverage. I don't think I'm gonna feel like I need foundation. I'm gonna just try to kind of just blend this out all over the face using my little baby owl brush, which is an amazing brush. If you haven't picked her up already, also on the Fude Bobo website, highly recommend. And there's also a bigger version of her. And if you already have the bigger version, you get an additional 10% off on this one. Or if you buy them together, which is awesome. And everybody just gets 10% off their order as it is. But if it's your first time, you get 15% off your first order from Fude Bobo. So if you have any questions about brushes or products that I'm using today or anything like that, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm always happy to answer. My skin looks so good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised with how it's recovering, because I thought that So, oh, and the technique that I remembered, I couldn't remember the word yesterday that she did before the PRP microneedling it's called subcision. So, if you're really sensitive to like needles and stuff, don't Google what that is. She allowed me to look at what she was doing because I was like, ooh, can I see with the mirror? But it's not for the weak to see that subcision process. Yeah, the concealer is so good. Like, she really is good. I'm not gonna lie. I know she's pricey, but if you have a discount right now at Sephora, now's the time to pick her up. It just wears like really well. And I have combo to oily skin, but my friend Sunsaray also really loves this concealer. I think it's her top favorite concealer too. You can confirm that, Sun, but I think I've heard you say that. And she has dry skin, so I can say with confidence that I don't think it'll be too drying on anyone, especially because Sarah Creel is a brand that's geared toward women 40 up. I'm 31, by the way, if you're new here. But she's pretty. It's called Face Flex because of the way that like it just sits on wrinkles really nicely. It kind of like moves with your wrinkles. It doesn't really settle into fine lines. It just is very elegant. I know she's pricey though. I know. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like needles, you gotta be careful, I guess, about which procedures you do because you're a little bit limited. Probably just like facials, I would say, but your skin is beautiful, Sylvia. I don't think you need any work. Oh, it's your absolute favorite concealer, says Sun. She has dry skin. Oh, you returned that concealer, Sylvia. You didn't like it? Interesting. You're the first person that I've heard doesn't like the Sarah Creel concealer. Please share your thoughts on it. You're waiting for the other Bobo Bisiotto brush. What's the difference going to be, Keisha? Keisha, did you pick this? So you're refraining from picking this one up? Okay, for bronzer slash contour, do I have a new bronzer slash contour product? I don't think I do. Oh, the only thing that I did pick up that's similar is this contour stick by Isomea in the shade Oak, and I really have been enjoying it. And I'm happy with the shade. I'm happy enough with it that I even purchased another shade. Not that I needed it. Even though I'm planning on keeping this shade and it works great for me. But I don't know. I just liked it so much that I figured maybe I would like another shade. So we'll see. Don't be like me, y'all. Sorry for moving this camera around. That's annoying. Looking for my dual-sided Patrick Taw brush. Here it is. This one's also on Sephora. It's this like little contour brush that I use for my nose contour. But yeah, I've been liking the Isomea contour stick. I like the tone of it. It's really easy to blend out. I kind of like to use it as like a shadow before I go in with my lip liner to kind of give the lips a more plump appearance. And then I also like to use it for a little nose contour moment here. I'd love to know what y'all are shopping if you're shopping the sale. Right, I do remember that she showed 2 different versions of the Kolinsky and Fox brushes. The angled flat top she released today, and then an angled round brush that's domed. Oh, so are we still expecting her to release that? So you're holding off for the more dome shape one, Keisha? Oh yeah, the contour stick, Shannon, I think you would like it. I also picked up a few of the Isomea lip liners. since those look really promising. I picked up like 4 shades, y'all. And then the Tom Ford lip balms came out. 2 of the shades that I was eyeing are sold out, but I ended up getting 2 other shades. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. The contour stick is everything, says Sylvia. Oh, you use the e.l.f. Hydrating Satin Finish Concealer. Okay, interesting. I haven't tried that one. The shade of concealer is Oak in the Izamaya. Oh, sorry. This is the contour stick. The shade of concealer I'm using is 3, 4, and 5. I used all 3 all over my face. I used 3 underneath my eyes because it's the lightest one. And then 4 kind of a little bit outside of the main like center of my face. And then 5 kind of on the perimeter because that's closer to my actual skin tone. So no foundation today, just that Sarah Creel Face Flex concealer. And I want to show you how good of coverage that just alone in and of itself gives. Really great. So you can absolutely like dilute this concealer with something like a moisturizer or something like that, or like a glowy primer, and you'll be good to use it all over the face. For a setting powder, hi Auntie Martha. For a setting powder, I did pick up the Givenchy loose, or the pressed setting powder, the new one that just came out. I picked up the shade 3, and then I also have another one coming in the deeper shade. I don't know if it might be shade 4 or 5. I don't remember. But it's definitely not going to replace my loose setting powder. I'm still like a diehard ride or die for the Huda Beauty loose setting powder. I think it'll probably always be my favorite. It's hard to top, especially now that we don't have the original formula Givenchy one. So I'm going to just go in with the Huda Beauty one, and my beauty blender right now is dry, by the way. Hi, Mom. I have not used Oak as a lipstick yet. I could see it being a cute lipstick shade, honestly, hopefully on me. I just lined my lips with it right now. I've just been having too much fun playing with. So I was saying last night that during every Sephora sale, it's like 1 or 2 categories of things that like really get me. And this time around, it's blushes, like the new blush releases, and lippies. I purchased an unreasonable amount of lippies, y'all. I love lips. As far as like category of makeup goes, it's probably like my favorite. Gotcha, Keisha. Ooh, I wonder when that one's coming out. Okay, Susan, you use 5, 6, and 7 in the Sarah Creel Face Flex. Good to know. Thank you so much, Stacy. She said my skin looks beautiful. Thank you. I know, right? It just, well, I was just thinking I would look worse at this point. I'm still a little bit swollen, but that subcision process is no joke. I think that alone, even without the PRP microneedling and the laser, is like helping improve the texture of my skin. Oh, the pressed powders. Hey, Jamie. I kind of do remember you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'll use the pressed powder kind of towards the end because that's how I like to do it. I like to set my makeup with a loose powder, and then at the end kind of set it with a pressed powder. So yeah, I have shades 3, 4, and 5. Can you see the difference between 3 and 5? I can see the difference between 3 and 5, but how do you use shade 4? Oh, so shade 4, before I had shade 3, I was using shade 4 under my eyes, and it's still a good, it's still a pretty good match for me to use like right here. And it's just has like a slightly more yellowy undertone, so that's why I concentrate it right here to kind of brighten. And then shade 3 has a slightly more pinky undertone, so that's where I just focus it like in the areas where I have like blue undertones, like melasma and stuff like that. Or if you have like dark circles. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Oh, thank you for putting up the poll. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that there was a poll up. Okay, favorite concealer poll. NARS, 50%, Ceracril, Dior, Charlotte Tilbury. Who put this poll up? What the heck? One of my mods. If whoever is doing the polls can make a poll and do 2 options if it works. YSL blush and Westman Atelier blush. So just, you could do WA for Westman Atelier if you want, or YSL. Let's have people vote on that. By the time I get to the blush, we'll see what people say. I have a feeling y'all are going to want to see this Westman Atelier. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of procedures involve needles. Oh, you're not seeing any comments? Are you seeing them now? Rebecca? Westman Atelier. Okay, people are voting on Westman Atelier blush. And again, this is the shade I picked up, Fizz and Jam, because it was the only one available on Sephora, to be honest. And I've been hearing mixed reviews. This is the first time I'm trying this Isamaya contour stick on my face, y'all. Let's see how it goes. You keep taking the Westman Atelier out of your cart. Maybe you should keep it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell you one way or the other because I've never tried it. I'm about to probably try it today for the first time. Okay, there's a poll. Oh, the poll's complete already? Shoot, that was quick. Can we do the poll again and leave it up for a little bit to give people a chance to vote? Westman Atelier 55 and YSL is 44 so far with 9 votes. I was gonna leave it until we got to the blush step. Yeah, people are mainly on YouTube if y'all want to watch me on YouTube, but I appreciate you being here on Instagram or on YouTube, either one, wherever you want to support me. I am grateful and thankful for you. Okay, so that Isamaya contour stick blended out nicely on the cheeks, especially considering the fact that my skin literally feels like sandpaper right now, y'all. So nice. Look at that. The blend was pretty flawless and effortless. Okay. I'm not mad that I picked up another shade. Love that. So highly recommend this Isamaya contour stick if you're looking for a cute little contour moment. Look at how easy that was. Yeah, you can stream me on your TV too if you have a smart TV. But it's always fun to have like another device. That way you can actually chat in the comments and vote on our polls and stuff like that. You didn't expect that outcome on the concealer? She's a pretty concealer, huh? Let me zoom y'all in so you can see. It's giving coverage. And I had considered hopping on here with my foundation or my base done already, y'all, but I'm glad that you were actually able to see. You can still see some of the grid marks underneath the skin where I didn't put that much of that Ceracril concealer right here. I mostly like packed it on more underneath the eyes. You can still see a little bit of the melasma peeking out, but I can always go ahead and usually what I do for that is just go in with a little bit of the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Ginger at the end of everything to cover it up fully. Like I can do it right now, but if y'all have melasma, you know the struggle of how, like, I don't know, it tends to just like pop back up after you start to put products on top of it. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. My link for Sephora should be in the description box of this video. And it should take you to my LTK. And this Westman Atelier concealer should be right there. But if I forget, please feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want any direct links to any of these products. And I promise you, I will send them to you. If I don't have time before church, I'll do it for sure after church. I love that you're carrying me around. Okay, yes, my LTK is right there. I have a specific section on my LTK of Sephora recommendations, and also I'm starting to link the products that I personally have been hauling during the Sephora sale if y'all are interested in that. Okay, let's move it right along. I don't think I picked up any new bronzers because unfortunately, like the more bronzer shades in the Westman Atelier duos were sold out. And the next bronzer I'm eyeing to pick up possibly, y'all, is the Givenchy one. It's similar looking to this pressed setting powder formula, except it's a bronzer. So we're just waiting on that to come to Sephora. Again, sorry for moving, y'all. It's just that my Fude brushes are behind my iPad. That's right here. I'll go in with the YSL bronzer today. I talked about how this was in my Sephora recommendations if the shade works for you, but I also really love the Gucci bronzers. I have the shade 3 in this YSL one. It's just that this shade 3 leans like slightly golden on me. So for that reason alone, I tend to reach more for the Gucci bronzers because I have a neutral undertone. So I don't like to use like shades that are too warm leaning. I prefer a bronzer that's more neutral leaning. And then if y'all stick around to the end of this live, I hope you do, but I'm going to be using the perfume that I picked up during the Sephora sale at the end. So y'all can check that out. And then I'm also going to stand up and show y'all my outfit for church because I want to ask y'all's opinion on whether my mom in particular, actually, she'll be the first to tell me. So before you leave, Mom, I need to show you my, because my mom's watching me right here on Instagram. I need to ask you if you think that my shirt is appropriate for church. Maybe I'll just stand up and show you right now because in case my mom leaves. I was like, this is what I need my mom for. This is where I would FaceTime her. What do y'all think? I think it's not very church appropriate. Like I have to put a jacket over it. Do y'all agree? I should put a jacket over it, huh? I think I'm going to put my leather jacket over it because it's a little bit too transparent. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of, whenever I'm wearing a button up like this, I've been liking like tucking in half of it and leaving out the other half. I just think it kind of gives it like a little fun. It's just a fun way. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. Not appropriate, says Winnie Lola. I didn't think it was appropriate either. Thank you, my moderators, for Kat, for linking my links. Yeah, just shop through my LTK. It'll direct you to your own Sephora app and shop as usual. And it should still like acknowledge that you're going through my link. So thank you so much. Oh, you're watching me on your TV and chatting on my phone. I love that, Keisha. The Westman Atelier one is the one you want to get. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm really surprised that that Sylvia didn't end up liking it. Not everything is for everyone, but Sephora does have a pretty good return policy. So that's a good thing is right now, especially during the sale, I always like err on the side of picking something up if I'm not sure, because you can always return it later. So next, should we go in with the only problem, y'all, is that y'all voted on on me using the product, because I did pick up a couple of the Pat McGrath motherships for as far as eyeshadow goes. I picked up the new mothership from Pat McGrath, the 11 and the 12. My mom's not even responding. She's probably just not even paying attention. But I also picked up the new product Quince. And y'all voted that you wanted to see these product Quince. But the only thing I'm worried about is whether they will clash with the Westman Atelier blush. Not that I really care, like I'm just going to church. So even if I look a little crazy for the sake of testing things out for y'all, I'm willing to do it. What do y'all think? Might not go, but I'm still willing to do it for y'all. Should we do the blushes now? Or should we wait till after the eyes? I think since we already completed the poll, we might as well. The Winnie, the Isamaya contour stick shade that I got is the shade Oak. It's a perfect shade for me. And let me know if y'all want me to swatch it compared to like the Westman Atelier sticks or anything like that. But it's really similar tone to the Westman Atelier, the Face Trace in Biscuit. A jacket over it, says Brittany. Okay, I agree with y'all. I agree with y'all. Depends on the church, says Peach. Fair enough, fair enough. You love that shirt? Thank you. Oh, pretty. You have a similar one with crosses on it. It's a cute shirt though, says Cindy. Jacket for sure. Put the jacket on. Everybody's saying jacket. Okay, thank you, y'all. Oh yeah, the Sephora return policy is changing soon, right? I did hear that. Does everyone like the Isamaya contour stick? I have the Victoria Beckham one too. Oh yeah, Winnie, I have the Victoria Beckham one too in the shade Marble, but I wanted it to be a little bit cooler because I regret not getting, I believe the shade is Travertine, which is like the more cool tone contour stick, but I thought it might be too light for my skin tone. So instead I picked up Marble, and Marble is just a little bit too warm for my liking. So that's why I'm happy with the Isamaya ones. They have a wider shade range than the Victoria Beckham ones. Oh, there it is. The polls again. The Westman Atelier won again. 15 people voted this time. 53% voted Westman Atelier and 43% voted YSL. So I guess it's Westman Atelier. It's okay. Cindy says the Westman Atelier blush duo is so bold. I've been having a hard time finding eyeshadows to pair with it. So I usually just wear a liner. Oh, interesting. Well, let's see what we can do today. Because yeah, probably a better bet would be to use like one of these Armani eye tints together with this. I think that if you're probably looking for like an easy eyeshadow moment to pair with like a really bright blush in general, it doesn't have to be this. Just go for like a neutral kind of like one and done shade all over the eyes. But y'all wanted to see the Prada, so I'm here to serve the people. Oh, you have one with the bow in the front. Cute. I think I got this, I picked this one up at Nordstrom. Okay, yeah, so the Sephora return policy, effective April 24th, 2025, allows returns of new or gently used products for a full refund within 30 days of purchase. Returns from 31 to 60 days are eligible for online credit. I thought that that was always the return policy. I thought they were changing the fact that between the 31 and the 60th day, that store credit ability was no longer going to be available, but maybe I'm tripping. What shade of the Armani tints did I get? Yeah, I can swatch them for you, of course. Yay, you ordered it, Elizabeth. Awesome. Please report back and let me know what you think of it. Okay, so the Armani eye tints, I really love these, y'all. Like I mentioned last night, if you're a working girly like me, and you don't always have time for intricate eyeshadow looks, like I'm running to get to court by 8:30 a.m. These Armani eye tints are perfect. They have the most beautiful shades. They have a large shade range. They have mattes. They have sparkly colors. And I already had, and I think during the last, or recently, I had purchased the shade 22M and 30M. And these are the matte ones. So let me know if you want me to swatch these. But during this sale, and then I also already had the shade 9S. But during this Sephora sale, I picked up the shade 67S. And this one's really pretty. Look at that. It's like it's almost like you can use it as kind of like a sparkly topper. Excuse my my neighbor's dogs that are barking. Yeah, a pretty one and done, huh, Cindy? And they really do a good job of staying put. You could, they play well with like other eyeshadows and stuff like that. I also have mentioned on here, so yeah, it's like you could spread it out or do like 2 layers, or you could do just like 1 thin layer like that if you want like a more ethereal, glittery look. Hey, Albie, how are you? And then I also have mentioned that I also have been enjoying my Merit Solo shadows. I have like 4 shades in those, and those really do a great job of staying put. They have great staying power. Yeah, so Winnie Lola, let me know if which ones, if you want me to swatch all of them, I'm happy to do so for you. But technically that's the only new one to my collection that I picked up from the Armani line, 67S. Swatches, okay. So that's 67S. This one's 9S, which is similar, but a little bit less sparkly, but it's just the most gorgeous. Look at that taupe. Isn't that pretty? I love you, Jamie. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Okay, for sure, I got you. So this is the fun of it, right? A swatch party. All right, and then this is the shade 30M right here. That's a nice matte brown. And then so yeah, I understand if you're looking for an everyday one. If you're really light in your skin tone, I would recommend the shade 22M. That one looks really pretty. If you're like my skin tone or lighter. So see how easily they blend out? I'm kind of just like showing you the like how they look blended out. But those are the 4 Armani eye tints that I have. Again, 9S, 67S, 30M, and 22M. You really can't go wrong though. Like I've been eyeing so many other shades in the same line, and I've been tempted to get more. Of course, my pleasure. Okay, let's go in with the blush. Let's do the Western. Yeah, 9S is really pretty, right? That was the only one I had for a long time, and that's such a pretty, perfect one and done. Love that 9S. Yes, 9S is shimmery, but not too shimmery. And it's a really great one and done. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Beautiful nails, Brianna says. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's Mooncat. Brianna, I will definitely, thank you for asking if you can be a moderator. Right now, it doesn't look like I need very much moderation. But if I end up needing more moderators, then I'll go ahead and ask again who's willing to be one. So I'm going in now, y'all, with the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Powder Blush Duo. So Fizz is on the left and Jam is on the right. So I guess this is Fizz and this is Jam. So the way I want to kind of use, ooh, that's pretty pigmented. So I'm kind of just going in very lightly into Jam, kind of on toward the back of the cheek. I don't know, y'all. I think this is going to be a little too pigmented for me. I mean, these shades are beautiful, but I don't know if they're going on nice and smoothly. I've heard that some people were getting like patchiness out of these. So that's what I was kind of worried about. So excited for the blush, says Elizabeth. And then I'm going in with Fizz. Oh, I know, Cindy, I should have used a squirrel brush. This is a goat brush. So next time I use these, I'm gonna get a squirrel brush. because goat packs on a lot more color than squirrel. That would have definitely been a better move strategically. Look at the pigment, y'all. Like, I barely tapped into that. This is great if you have a deeper skin tone than me. I personally think that this is just going to be a little bit too bright on my skin. Oh, okay. Susan heard that the blushes were good, but that the contours were patchy. That's a shame because I was really eyeing the duo with the shade Petal in it. Zoom in. Crazy pigmented on you too, Cindy. Wow. Yeah. It's giving low-key like a little bit of a bruise, huh? Especially where I went in and used the shade Jam. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I mean, the colors are pretty. It's just, I think it's just too bright for me. Hi, Dad. Carlos Tamayo just joined. Love it. So those are the blushes, the Westman Atelier. Yeah, I need to buff it in with the finishing powder. So true, son. So true. Ooh, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? And I should have gotten a buffing brush for this. I don't have one in front of me, but I'm just gonna use probably the same. Well, actually, I'll use this one. I've been liking this one with my Guerlain Meteorites, also from the Fude Bobo website. It does look pretty, but too pigmented, right? Glad it's not just me. The bronze, your bronzer is very dark or contour. I don't know what it is. Are you sure it's not the blush? I think it's the blush. It's because I use the shade Jam towards the back of my cheekbones. So that's what I meant about how it's giving low-key bruise. It's dark. It's borderline too dark. I agree with you. I'm going kind of back in with the same brush that I used for the complexion. And y'all, I kid you not, I tapped in like so lightly into those pans. So it's not that I was being like heavy-handed about it. It's just that's really how pigmented those Westman Atelier blushes really are. Which, like I said, I'm not mad about the fact that Westman Atelier is catering towards deeper skin tones, because most of the time we're complaining that brands don't cater to deeper skin tones enough, right? But I mean, Cindy's on here. She has a deeper complexion than me, and she even says that there are a lot on her. She's a deep complexion, and she was like, whoa, on me. Oh, they were complaining about my bronzer way before I added my blush. Interesting. I didn't see that it was too much, but that's true. It could be contributing to the fact that I went in with the bronzer a little bit too heavily. It looks like I got hit on the side of my cheek, right? Not cute. Not cute, y'all. Okay, let me see if I can buff some of it off. Maybe I did just kind of overdo the bronzer. On my forehead, I don't think it's looking too heavy of a bronzer, is it? Should I blend that out too? In person, at least. Maybe it's the undertone of the YSL bronzer, y'all. I'm telling you, it's slightly golden. I usually lean more, kind of geared towards like a more neutral shade of bronzer. Like Gucci shade 2. That's more of like a neutral. So I'm going in with my Guerlain Meteorites. This is the shade 3 in the Guerlain Meteorites. This is a nice finishing powder. You love those Meteorites, son? So do I. Yeah, tapping it on my hand before I went in on my face. That would have been a good idea too. Elizabeth, thank you. It's more noticeable on my right cheek than my left. I think because I went in first on my right. And then I kind of like learned my lesson. I'm still trying to kind of calm it down. Y'all, but the staying power too, like look at, the blushes aren't really budging. Like, I'm going back in with the same brush that I used all over my face, and I continue to like wipe it off on my towel, and it's not really budging. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm kind of just gonna like buff it in with this Guerlain Meteorites and hope for the best. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use a very airy squirrel brush. But you know what? I don't think it's gonna be for me, y'all, because I don't want to have to like tiptoe around my makeup so much, you know? Like, I just don't want to do that. I want to just be able to, like, most of the time when I'm doing my makeup, I am in a rush. So these type of super pigmented blushes, I already know myself, I'm not going to be reaching for them because I just don't want to think that hard about having the right brush and tapping it out first on my hand. And it's just too finicky for me. It just is too finicky. So I don't think this is, unfortunately, I don't think it's for me. I think that the packaging is beautiful. I love Westman Atelier products. But it's just not going to be for me. Hey, Cindy Lou, how are you? Yeah, so let's swatch them for y'all before we give her her final hurrah. She's going back. It's just too pricey for $75, y'all. There's just too many good blushes on the market. It's just too much. And honestly, I had the feeling that it would be too bright when I saw it online, but I was just suffering from the FOMO, you know? And I think it's really that jam shade that is doing it for me. And that's half of the palette for $75, right, Susan? Thank you. It should just be easy to use. I just am not going to recommend makeup to y'all that you have to like tiptoe around, right? Oh, it's just really dark on my cheek, Brianna. Okay, my bad. I still think that even though I was too heavy-handed with my bronzer, y'all, these blushes, they still would look the way that they do. And Cindy is vindicating me. I'm feeling vindicated after Cindy is telling me that she agrees and she has a deep skin tone. No wonder all the light shades sold out first. So true. It's starting to tone down. Okay, it looks better now, y'all. Yeah, I don't want to walk out of here with clown cheeks. The YSL bronzer was too strong. So true. It clashed. I should have gone in with the blushes before I went in with the bronzer. Yeah. Oh, you were looking like a clown when you wore it too, Cindy? Wow. The YSL blushes were a pass for me, says Sylvia. I picked up the shade 37 and 87 and 93, but I haven't worn 87 and 93 yet, so we'll have to leave these for another day. They were patchy on you with the exception of the peach one. Interesting, because the peach one's the only one I've tried. I hope these aren't patchy. That's interesting. I'm interested to see. And let me know your thoughts if anybody has tried the Rare Beauty ones. I was saying that, like, there's a couple of products from Rare Beauty that I do like their brow gel. What else? I've been hearing great things about their liquid contours. I'm just not like a liquid contour girl. I prefer like a powder contour, or I'm good with like that Isamaya contour stick personally. But I've been hearing nothing but great things about those new liquid contours from Rare. But I don't know why the Rare Beauty blushes sucked me in. I think it's because of the squishiness of them. It reminded me of my beloved Valentino. So I'm gonna go in now, probably either I'll do my lips or I'll do one of these. The way it blurs. Yeah, I think I maybe just got the wrong shade in the Westman Atelier blushes. Maybe the other lighter shades are beautiful. They just were sold out. Otherwise I would have gotten them. Oh yeah, yeah, the shade of the Westman Atelier duo. It is. Yeah, you just saw it in action. I don't know if it's patchy. It's hard for me to tell because my skin is like so textured right now, y'all. It's like gritty. But I don't think that I was getting much patchiness from them. Maybe. I can't really tell because my skin just looks uneven right now. So I can't really tell, to be honest with you. I don't want to speak on whether it's patchy or not because my skin is just not normal right now. Yeah, maybe the lighter palette, right, Cindy? But not this one. You look beautiful and made it work. Thank you, Winnie. I appreciate that. Yeah, so if you ever go overboard with your blush, just go back in with the same brush that you used for your foundation and just kind of blend it out. And then also adding some like powder can also help too. You wanted the blush duo but decided against it. Well, Keisha, you probably feel better now that you saw me try it on. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a lippy. I wanted to see if I could finish before 4, but it's already basically 4, y'all. So let's shoot for finishing within like 30 minutes. I'll do my lips first and then we'll do eyes. How about that? I love the Sarah Creel lip primer. I've talked about how I've been into lip primers lately. They do make a difference with the lasting power of my lippies. They help fill in the lines. Sarah Creel's is great and is sold at Sephora. My friend Sunsari just tried this one out and she loved it so much that she immediately picked up a backup. The texture is very similar to MAC's Prep and Prime, like the lip primer from MAC. So if you have her, you probably don't need it, but the packaging on the Sarah Creel is really pretty and very luxe. Okay, Sydney didn't get patchiness with the duo. She just says it's a strong blush. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that. Ooh, Stacy tried the lip primer too and she loves it. Awesome. Okay, so today I'm going to be using the new Westman Atelier lipstick in the shade Petal. So this lipstick is not new, but she just came out with this shade in the shade Petal. And it's this really pretty neutral dusty pink. People have complained about the way these smell. The scent does not bother me, but I was just watching my friend live earlier today. She's into luxury beauty too. It's Night Star Beauty. And it was funny because she was saying that to her, these smelled, I guess they're supposed to smell like clay, but to her, they smelled like feet. I'm not getting feet. Like the smell really doesn't bother me. But then she said she asked her husband and he thought that they smelled like vanilla. I'm getting more vanilla. So let me know if anybody has any complaints about these Westman Atelier lipsticks, but I never thought that that was something that people had an issue with. Yeah, like they don't smell bad to me. I'm not sensitive to scents though. So if you are, then maybe smell them in store if it bothers you. You love that shade, Stacy? Do you have it? Thank you. She says it's so pretty. Hi, Tanae. How are you? Yeah, like human feet to her. I'm not getting that. I'm really not getting that. You don't smell anything. Yeah. I smell like a slight scent. Smells a little bit like vanilla to me, but it's pleasant. So I don't know. That was the first time I've heard somebody complain about the way that those lippies smell, but I thought I would put it out there. Okay, you see how I'm kind of creasing a little bit right here in my smile line? Let's go in with a little bit of the Givenchy pressed powder. Everybody was hoping that this would scratch the itch after, you know, they removed the original formula and the loose, but I've been seeing a lot of reviews on this powder and people are like, yeah, it's okay. Like it's fine, but it's not going to, replace a loose powder lover like me's loose powder, if you know what I mean. I do appreciate the packaging is pretty. I like the fact that the brush doesn't like fall out of the component. That was very clever from Givenchy, I think. So I appreciate that. I'm 31 today. 31. I'm about to be 32, y'all. My birthday is in August. Welcome if you're new. Please go ahead and like this video if you haven't done so already. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. I would love to have you join the family. I'm Noelle. I'm a lawyer and a lover of all things beauty. So see, like the setting powder is nice. I don't have any complaints. It's matte. There's a little bit of a scent. It's just like that classic Givenchy, like luxury beauty makeup scent, but it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm not sensitive to scents. I'm going to be keeping that powder. I got the deeper shade so I can kind of like dust all over my face. But it hasn't come in the mail yet. I do all my shopping online, so the orders are still continuing to trickle in. Let's go into one of these Prada palettes, shall we? Hopefully they'll somewhat match the look. Let me put on a lippy though. I picked up these two lip glosses so far that have come in. I picked up a lot more, but they're still trickling in. Yes, I'm an August baby. My birthday's August 23rd, the first day of the Virgo gang. Love the subtle, sexy lip shade. Thank you, Rebecca. I liked and subscribed. Thanks, Tanae. I did a reel on this YSL plumping lip oil. I love it. I picked up a couple more shades. That's how much I love it. So check that out on my Instagram if you want to see this one in action. So today I'm going to use the Armani one. It's a really pretty, and I already had the coral shade in this one and I liked it so much that I picked up the shade 7 and then the shade 9. The shade 9 hasn't arrived. It's this really pretty fuchsia pink with kind of like it looks like it has like a little bit of like a blue sparkle, like a shift, but it just looked so pretty. And I was saying about this lip gloss that at first I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's overpriced for a lip gloss. Like that was my initial thought, but then I tried it, y'all, and the formula is really nice. It's like very glossy. It's not sticky. It has a slight hint of pigment, and I really liked this shade that was released after the initial launch, the initial shades launched. But so I wanted to go back and pick this one up during the sale. I just love these lip glosses as like toppers, but I'm like a lip gloss fanatic. There's so many lip glosses at Sephora that I would recommend that I love. But there's that one on top of the Westman Atelier Petal for just like a nude lip. Pretty, huh? Doesn't give you the ring of death, those crusties. So I always look for that in my lip gloss formula. Let's just do a simple eye look real quick, shall we? Grabbing a few of my brushes here. And we'll just do a quick simple one so that I can wrap this up soon. So what I'm thinking, y'all, is I really wanted to dip into this shade here in the, let me take out those little like brushes. They drive me nuts because they fall all over the place. This one was the one that was really like this bedroomized brown shade was like really drawing me in. Maybe I can incorporate a little bit of both of these palettes. My full name is Noelle Tamayo. Noelle Andrea Tamayo. Oh, you're an August baby too, Keisha? Love it. Yes, says Sylvia. Your mom's 35? You must be young because your mom's young. Brianna's a Taurus. Use the deeper one? Okay, I'll use the deeper one. Just for you, Sylvia. So I'm going to start out with this top row here. And I'm just going to put it all over my crease. Just swiping it, windshield wiper motions. Sorry my brushes aren't like perfectly washed for y'all. I should have prepared better for this live. These are blending out really smoothly. And I know that Prada has had these eyeshadows on the market for a while. but not these Color Stories. These more neutral Color Stories are newer. But mix the eyeshadow palette, says Stacy. Okay, I might. But they're new to me because I hadn't picked up. I've been so tempted to pull trigger, y'all. There's so many times that I almost pulled trigger on these product quints, but I just, are they quints or quads? I've been calling them quints. One, two, they're four. They're quads. Duh. I guess it just confuses me because of the triangle. But I never, but I didn't pull trigger just because like none of them really spoke out to me that had like that really bright shade in there. So when I saw these released on Sephora, I was like, ooh, I'm excited to pick those up during the sale. So I caught me a couple right away. Thank you, Sylvia. So sweet. Likewise. I'm very kind and friendly. This is how I am in real life. Okay, and so now let's go in and use like the middle shade here and kind of further deepen up this crease a little bit. These are really creamy and they're smooth, y'all. They're really easy to work with. We love that. The formula is kind of reminding me of that Valentino blush formula that I love. You're getting no fallout with this formula. Yeah, the only time I'm not the nicest is if you're on the witness stand and I'm cross-examining you because I'm a trial lawyer. But other than that, I'm a nice person, I promise. Pretty, huh? Hopefully this look doesn't come out too warm for what the cheeks are doing right now. But it is what it is, so be it. Nobody at church is gonna care. Only God can judge me, right? Not married, no kids. I have 3 dogs and they're my children. I would fold if Noelle was cross-examining me, even if I was telling the truth. That's what a good trial attorney does, is start to make you question yourself. You know what, Brianna? I don't really know what the requirements are, but I personally myself am not very strict. I am a freedom fighter and I love our First Amendment right to freedom of speech. So feel free to drop whatever in the chat, and if my moderator, who is familiar with the YouTube requirements, thinks that it's against the guidelines, then she'll just go ahead and delete it. All right, I'm going in with this deeper shade, this like dark brown, and just kind of doing like a smoky brown eyeliner moment. And there's something stuck in my lash. Let me get it real quick with the spoolie. I just don't typically like give out free legal advice because there's ethical implications about doing that, first of all. And second of all, the way that my student loan situation are still set up. Yeah. So, but feel free to ask away, and if it's something that I can answer, then I will. If it's beauty related, I would love to answer any beauty related questions. So I'm kind of just flicking this wing out. I've raved about this brush before, also on the Fude Bubble website that you can get in the description or in the link in my bio on Instagram. But this one's a great little precision brush. It's the Fude Bobo and number 8. That's the brand, that's the collab, and this is the brush 19, but I love all the brushes in this series. But this is just like the perfect brush to just do like a quick smoky wing. Especially if, like me, you're in a rush all the time and you don't have like time for like a very precise wing, because I can get like my OCD can come out if I'm really trying to get precise about my wings. So normally I'm just doing kind of like a imprecise wing liner situation. And this is where I go in with my NARS concealer in the shade like custard. I have custard and ginger. I love this concealer. And I just sharpen up the wing. I usually use my Tenseido KQ12S for this step, but right now, just because this brush is in front of me, it's the Makeup by Mario EF1 that you can also get on Sephora. Thank you, Sylvia. Sylvia said my AI Barbie looked identical to me. I was told that too. A lot of people said that it looked really similar to me. That's so funny. Thank you, Peach. I appreciate that. If you can let things slide that we can get away with, feel free to let it slide. As long as YouTube doesn't shut me down, I don't care. Okay, y'all. So I'm looking at this. Maybe because we want to incorporate a little bit of the light one, I'll just put this one like all over the eyelid, the lighter middle shade here, just to showcase this more light palette. This is like a really pretty lid shade, I think. And the brush I'm using is from the Nebulae series. This is the SO4, also available on the Fude Bubble website. I love this brush to just like pack on shadow. It's a really pretty crease shade. Okay, thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, I need to be careful about it because I've let things slip before that I was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I appreciate you looking out, friend. Oh, thanks for switching me over to your computer. Yeah, it's in my stories if you want to see my AI doll. Hopefully it's still up. It's getting close to the 24-hour mark. So it might expire soon if you want to go check that out. Okay, so that's that light one on the lid. Pretty, huh? Love that. And then I'm just going to showcase the this one right here in the palette, just because it's a little bit more neutral, I'm seeing probably, than this one and this deeper palette. And I'm forgetting what the names of these palettes are, y'all. Sorry. But I'm going in with this kind of more neutral brown for the lower lash line. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. You're liking the eyeshadow so far? Okay, and then I'll use the two like sparkly shades for y'all. So that's this one right here in this palette and this one right here in this palette. So I'll go ahead and use the, I have a microfiber towel here in front of me, and I'm just kind of wiping off my brushes in between. Feels like I have a hair in my eye, like a Pomeranian hair. And I'm gonna go in with this like, it's a very like shifty shade. Do you see that? How it's like the way when I swatched it, it was really impressive. Like, look at that, very unique shade where you could see that it shifts, right? Different colors, how cool. The eyes match nicely, says Stacy. Thank you. I was worried that it wouldn't, but hopefully you're not speaking too soon, girl, because I'm still going in with these shades here just to kind of showcase them. Maybe I'll keep this one kind of towards the outer lid. Kind of just packing that on. Look at how pretty that shift is in color. I hope that the camera is picking it up. It's really pretty. And then I'm gonna just wipe my, well actually, yeah, I'm just gonna go in with a different brush this time. Kind of wiping it off really well. And then I'm gonna go in with the other palette here, this lighter one, after I wiped off my brush. And I'm gonna use that as kind of like an inner corner highlight for a pop. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Look at how pretty. This makes me so giddy. Thank you so much, Brittany. What a compliment. The colors are pretty, says Shannon. Stacy looks gorgeous. Sylvia says it's looking good. Thank you. Looks like you guys are liking this. Thank you, son. Yes, please go ahead and hit the like button if you're watching me on YouTube. OMG, y'all, look at that. These shifts are really something. I want to kind of swatch this one next to the other really shifty one. I know, right, Shannon? Now the biggest problem is just going to be choosing which one to get. OMG, that color looks like wet, right? That inner corner one. Did you see that? Look at the difference. You can kind of blend her out too. So pretty. Oh, this is, oh my gosh. These palettes, you can tell how high quality these Prada eyeshadows are. Shout out to Prada. Okay, Prada, I see you. I also really like Prada's foundation. That's the other Prada Beauty. And their setting powder, their pressed setting powder too. I picked this up during the last Sephora sale and I've been really happy about this. That one's great. Cute. Very shifty. There's like all these different shifts of colors going on. Oh, now more people voted for Pat McGrath over the Prada? In my stories on Instagram, everybody voted for Prada. Now I'm just saying that the poll on YouTube is showing that Pat McGrath was 63%, then Prada at 27%, then Armani at 9%. That's unfortunate. I showed in my stories that I didn't show this, but I picked up the Pat McGrath Mothership number 11 because this is the one that I didn't have in my collection. And when I decided to pick up the newest Mothership in the 12, you know, I was just like, well, now I'm just going to have like an incomplete collection. I might as well just pick up the 11. And then Kat up in here, my moderator, who runs things around here, said that I needed the 11. So I ended up picking up the 11 And now that completes my collection. So I've been hearing some mixed reviews about this Pat McGrath 12. I haven't used either of these on my eyes yet, but in future videos, look out for these. The only disappointing thing about ordering these online, y'all, is that the boxes kind of came a little bit like ripped. So I don't know if it's like, if I'm going to be able to like kind of glue those. Probably not, I'm guessing. But both of them came that way, which is a little bit disappointing. But, oh well, it's just the packaging. That's gonna be probably the eyeshadow look, y'all. What you think? Might just do like a tiny little inner corner wing. I'm gonna keep it to brown just because there's like a lot of browns going on. This is just the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner in the shade brown. It's like a deep brown, I think. Chocolate, yeah. Let's hope I don't mess this up. You voted Prada, Sylvia? Perfect. I always struggle when doing these inner corner wings. When I get it right, I like the effect that it gives, but I think the problem is that my eyes are just uneven. So it's difficult for me to like get them to be the same. And like I said, I'm such a perfectionist. So oh well, let's just leave it there. And that's gonna have to be good enough. I'm gonna just throw a quick liner on in the waterline. Oh, you know which one what I was gonna be using today? I was gonna showcase the Isomea lip liners. I could still put them on though. So I got the shade Bean and Tonka, and then I have a couple more coming in the mail. So Tonka is kind of like just like a very cool toned brown, kind of like Max Cork. And then Bean just has a slightly more reddish undertone. But, oh, the Tom Ford lip liner. You know what? For the price of it, I'm gonna say probably not. I did pick one up, and I did end up keeping her. I'm looking for her. I know I just saw it right here among my lip liners. I have the shade Irresistible in the Tom Ford lip liner. But just because there's just so many, like it does stay put nicely. I wish that Tom Ford had more shades. Irresistible was like the closest shade to my liking. I did try a couple of others, but they were just too deep for me, so I returned them. Burger King or McDonald's, that's a tough one. I'll probably say McDonald's because when I lived in Glendale for a while in an apartment during the first year that I was practicing law in private practice. And there was a Burger King right next door. And I think I just like got sick of it because it would like, I lived in that apartment for like a year. And so, but I don't know. I still like Burger King. Like I like their French fries. I don't eat fast food very often, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one. They're pretty neck and neck. Thanks for the question. And I was saying with the Tom Ford liner, the staying power is great. If you can find the shade that speaks to you, go for it. But given the price, I just think you can get better and for less. There's just other lip liners in my opinion. Like I've been impressed with these Isomea ones. So At Sephora, I really like the Makeup by Mario ones. They have really pretty shades. I like the shade Spiced Chai and Travis. And I also really like the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner formulas. So I would probably recommend those. I especially like how Mario's has a brush on the other side. Givenchy is giving. Oh, the powder? Yeah, she did set pretty nicely, right? So look, I'm using this Isabella lip liner on top of the lip I already have on. And it's looking pretty good, huh? They're pigmented. And I'm just partial to these lip liners that sharpen like real wood. They just give you more of a precise tip. So I like that. And so that's why all the formulas that I'm recommending to you, Tom Ford's sharpens, but it's more creamy. It's like more of that, like, you know, it's less, you get like less of a sharp, precise, because it's not like your standard, like wooden sharpenable pencils, if you know what I mean. For eyeliner, I will recommend you two eyeliners that are, I think, the best. Valentino, because it's dual-sided and it has a regular kohl liner and it has a liquid liner. So that's going to probably be my top recommendations for eyeliners at Sephora. As far as if you're overall, I really love the Victoria Beckham Beauty Satin Kajal liners. But if you're looking to shop specifically on Sephora, another great liquid liner is from Tom Ford. But like I said, I kind of like the Valentino idea because you get like the 2-in-1. And it might be a little bit less than the Tom Ford. The nice thing about the Tom Ford is that it has a bigger applicator and then like a smaller, more detail tip applicator for like a little inner corner if you want, or to be more precise. It glides very nicely across wrinkles. It's easy to do a wing. So yeah, those are the two eyeliners that I would recommend. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Stacy. Oh, you love the Petalmorphosis? What is the Petalmorphosis? I can't think right now what that is. Ooh, Elizabeth is asking Prada or Givenchy press powder. Ooh, that's tough. I've only been testing out the Givenchy press powder. Of course, my pleasure. Flood the internet with content. I'm trying. I've only been testing out the Givenchy one for a couple days, so it's a little bit hard for me to give my opinion. What I'm recognizing right now, though, about the powders is that maybe if your skin is more on the dry side, you would probably be more partial to the Prada one. But if your skin is more on the combo to oily side, you would probably like the Givenchy one better. So that's so far like what I'm seeing about those. If I had to pick just one of the two Prada eyeshadow palettes, which one would it be? That's tough because I literally just tried them on my eyes right now in front of y'all. So I haven't even like used all the shades from all the palettes, to be honest with you. I would say that this is tough. Okay, if you're my skin or deep, like a little bit deeper than my skin tone, I would say go with the deeper shade range. If you're lighter than my skin tone and you don't tend to do like really smoky eyes on the day-to-day basis, go with the lighter one. And there's an even lighter one than this one that I did not pick up among the 3 that were recently released in the neutral tone shades. So if you're like really fair, you might want to check out the lightest one. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. In between these, like obviously it was so hard for me to choose that I just couldn't choose and I had to pick up both. So they're beautiful and I'm happy about the fact that I picked them both up, but you don't need both. I would say decide based on more so which of these really like bright poppy sparkly shades call out to you and which ones you think you might use more, because both of these shades are very unique and you can see them on my lids right now. So kind of depending on what you think you might get more use out of. I thought that maybe like this one would be a little bit more wearable, but it's shifting a little bit green, which I think looking at it on my lids now and seeing what it's doing, I don't wear a lot of green in my clothes. So I think that'll be something that I'm considering as far as like maybe not using this green shifty one as much. So for me personally, I think this one wins just because I'm so impressed with that shifty shade right here. If I had to pick one. Tonka. Yeah, Bella. Tonka is a really great like contour shade. Yeah. Yes, I love the ones that you can sharpen and get really sharp. Oh, Mothership 12 is Petalmorphosis, duh. Okay, I forgot that that's what it was called. Thank you for that, Keisha. The two colors in the Isabelle lip liner that I picked up are the shades Tonka and Bean. But mind you, ever since I picked these up, I've picked up an additional 2 because that's how happy I was about this formula. I'm forgetting right now which other 2 I picked up besides this, but yeah, you can't go wrong with either of these 2. And then I'm just gonna pop on some Bottom Lash mascara, y'all. I don't have any new mascaras, but I'm still loving the Hourglass Unlocked. It is a tubing mascara. We're at the 4:30 mark, so I'm wrapping this up. I knew I was saying that I wanted to really keep this under the hour-and-a-half mark. Oh, I was gonna do a little like waterline moment for y'all. I think the Victoria Beckham Beauty shade Cinnamon will look good with this look. Just a little bit on the waterline. Let's see what that looks like. Just to kind of tie this whole look in. That's the difference between a little bit of the shade Cinnamon and Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner. And I do like to do a little bit of tight lining on my upper waterline. So I'm just gonna take the shade Black in the same formula. And partially because I have these Lashify lashes on, if y'all didn't know, you can get 20% off of the at-home DIY lash extension system that I'm using right now. I've done tons of videos where I explain and I break down the process of how to do it and everything, but that is linked in my bio as well and in the description of the YouTube video if you're interested in my eyelashes. But that's why I only do Bottom Lash mascara, because I have Lashify on my top. But I still will never stop using mascara on my lower lashes. Thank you. My Lashify link for 20% off is linked on YouTube as a pinned comment. Oh yeah, that's the Prada quad you want, Shannon. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. She's beautiful. And I loved how you showcased the 11 today earlier in your live. I got excited because it was inspiring me for using mine. The VIB liners are fantastic. I totally agree with you. It's a good blend of between warm and cool. Thanks, Brittany. She says stunning. Yes, thank you, Brittany. I really do appreciate it. If you support my channel by using my links, everything goes back into my channels for y'all. That's literally how I spend all my money, other than what I need to pay my mortgage because I'm that much of a beauty lover. So yeah. That's going to be the look, y'all. Thank you everyone so much for joining me today on this Sunday live. Please do come back. I do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've been going live on Friday nights and Saturday nights lately too. So look out for that, where I like do my lashes and I redo my nail polish live with y'all. If you want to hang out with me, follow me on Instagram at MakeupEsquire and on YouTube, same handle. Thank you so much for shopping through my links if you have already. If you have any questions about any of the items that I talked about, or any of the items that I might not have had a chance to talk about today. If you want anything swatched or anything like that, if we're shade twins, please go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I'm always happy to answer any questions about the brushes that I love or the makeup that I love or anything like that. If you want any direct links sent to you, please go ahead and DM me on Instagram as well. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you might have. Other than that, have a very happy rest of your Sunday, everyone. I'll be posting the replay if you missed it and want to catch up. So feel free to watch the replay. Leave me a comment down below if you're watching the replay. Send this live to everyone, like this live, and follow me. Bye. Love you all. Let me read.